Hello, I'm Paul Shamplina. People know me as the landlord's friend. It's my job to help landlords just like you through some of the issues and laws that are affecting your property rentals and your business right now. So I've teamed up with Direct Line for Business, the landlord insurance provider, for a series of videos that could help with some of your questions about renting out your property. In this episode, I'll be offering advice about choosing a deposit scheme. From April 2007, the law states that any deposit taken by a landlord must be put in a government deposit scheme. The law was introduced to stop the amount of spurious claims being issued at court. With this scheme, tenants can be assured that they will get their deposit back if they meet the terms of their tenancy agreement, don't damage the property, and pay the rent and the bills. So this is how it works. When the landlord receives the deposit from the tenant, they must protect the deposit in the government deposit scheme within 30 days. They then need to serve the additional information called the prescribed information on the tenant. This is a legal requirement. The prescribed information you need to give to your tenant is the address of the rented property, how much deposit they've paid, how the deposit is protected, the name and contact details of the Tenancy Deposit Protection Scheme and its dispute resolution service, your or your letting agent's name and contact details, the name and contact details of any third party who paid the deposit in, why you would keep some or all the deposit, for example, because your tenants damaged the property, how to apply to get the deposit back at the end of the tenancy, what to do if there's a dispute over the amount of the deposit to be returned at the end of the tenancy. So what happens once the tenancy comes to an end? You must return the deposit to your tenants within 10 days of both agreeing how much they will get back. If you're in a dispute with your tenants, the deposit will be protected in the tenancy deposit scheme until the issue is settled. If you've received a holding deposit from your future tenants, you don't have to protect it. Once they become your tenants, you must protect it. There are 3 government-approved tenancy deposit schemes. The TDS, operated by the Dispute Service Limited, will be launching a custodial service in April 2016. The DPS offers a custodial scheme which is free of charge and keeps your tenant's deposit throughout the period of the tenancy, repaying it when they leave the property. My Deposit's an insurance-backed scheme that means the landlord retains the deposit and pays a premium for it to be protected. Here's what you should ask them. How much does it cost to use the scheme? How does the administration work? How quickly do they return the deposit to the tenant? How does their single claims process work? And how quickly would the landlord get the deposit back if they won the claim? Ask them what percentage of cases are found in the landlord's favour with their scheme. And finally, the implications if you don't use a deposit scheme. If you take a deposit from your tenants and you don't put it in a government bonded scheme or serve the correct prescribed information on the tenant, you could be liable for a compensation claim from your tenant for up to 3 times the amount of the deposit. So be aware, landlords, don't get yourself into this situation. At Landlord Action, we get hundreds of calls from landlords who still have never heard of the deposit scheme. It's been a law now for 8 years, so please make sure you're on top of this. And also, if you haven't yet downloaded the free mobile landlord app from Direct Line for Business, then now is a good time to do so. The app can help you manage your property portfolio, securely store important tenant information, and helps you keep track of your income and expenditure.